For the 42 million Americans who rely on federal food benefits known as SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. The Agriculture Department says it'll run out of money to fund the program this Saturday due to the government shutdown. Some of our nation's most vulnerable rely on the program, including more than 500,000 people here in the Bay Area. Nearly 40% are children, 20% are seniors, 10% are people with disabilities. Senate Democrats introduced a bill to continue to fund SNAP benefits. It did not pass. We welcome again to the 9 Caitlin Sly, President and CEO of the Food Bank of Contra Costa and Solano counties. You know, we talked about this about 2 weeks ago, just about the general need before this whole SNAP CalFresh benefit thing came up. At this point, do you think you're prepared to handle the added demand?
We are as prepared as we can be. I think we are prepared. We will step up. You know, as I mentioned last time, our food bank has been in this community for 50 years, and we will continue to be there for the community for another 50 and as long as people need us. So we are already bringing in additional food, ramping up distributions, and prepared for the increased need that we'll see starting Saturday.
Have you seen more people turning to you in just the short time it's been since we last talked?
We have. Even without the stoppage of SNAP benefits, we have had federal workers, contractors coming to us because they're not getting a paycheck. And we've, ever since this announcement went out that SNAP benefits will be cut off, we've had our phones ringing off the hook with hundreds of calls every day.
How do you screen the people who receive your help?
If somebody needs food, and they say they need food, they can come and get food. We really want to be open to anyone that is struggling to make ends meet, whether that's older adults, people with disabilities, families with children, anyone that needs our help.
Do you see the same activity as you always have when it comes to the immigrant community there in Coco County?
No, we don't. We definitely have a lot of fear throughout Contra Costa and Solano counties about immigration and, you know, mixed status households that are here with documents are still afraid because of everything that's been going on, especially what was, you know, almost happened last week at the Port of Alameda.
Yeah, that was a week ago today. Let's turn now to the larger portion of people here in the Bay Area who are in the very fortunate position to be able to afford food for their families and even help others. I have bagged carrots, I have bagged, you know, oranges with my family at the Alameda County Community Food Bank. But for people who want to help, what is the best way to do that?
Right, totally.
Well, the best way is to donate money. If you are privileged enough to be able to do that, for every dollar that is donated to us, we can turn that around and buy enough food for 2 meals. We also always need volunteers, both at our Concord and Fairfield locations, as well as out at our hundreds of distribution sites and partner agencies throughout Contra Costa and Solano. We serve enough food for 2.7 meals every single month to 65,000 households. And on Saturday, there are 98,000 households throughout Contra Costa and Solano County that will not be receiving benefits to buy groceries. And we know that we're going to need to step up and really ramp up distribution to be able to meet that need.
That message of money is best might go against much of what we've been doing in the past, right? You know, we fill up the bag, we donate the cans, maybe the stuff that our kids don't want to eat. But really, when it comes down to it, if we want to make the greatest impact, you're saying a donation, even a small donation, is better than kind of cleaning out the pantry.
Absolutely. Okay. We can stretch a dollar much further by buying truckloads of food and low-cost produce, fresh, healthy food. Certainly, we will always accept donations of food. So if people want, they can look on our website. We have barrels and drop-off locations throughout both counties where we're happy to accept food donations as well.
Are you having more people reach out to you and say, I want to help?
Yes, we are. We are incredibly lucky to be in such a generous community. The Bay Area has always been a generous community, and the folks in Contra Costa and Solano have always stepped up to help the food bank and really to help people experiencing hunger throughout our communities for every crisis that we've experienced.
Good. Well, I know you yourself have been working in the issue of kind of food equity for a long, long time. So, you know, things are changing kind of week by week. I'm glad we had a chance to connect again. Caitlin Sly, President and CEO of the Food Bank of Contra Costa and Solano counties. Again, I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Garcia.
Of course.